Welcome to the F1 Pit Stop. I'm your host, Oliver Bearman, and this week on the pod we shall be discussing Oliver Bearman, Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Guang. I think the name is Guang. I don't know really how to pronounce it because he's Chinese, but let me try my level best. I think Guang Yu, and I'll be giving my prediction for the upcoming Saudi Grand Prix. So yeah, welcome back to the pod, guys. I know last week I didn't put out anything. It's really been a hectic week for me, juggling between the other pod, my brother's upcoming function, and watching every single bit of F1 content, F2 content, and trying to put out stuff has really been difficult. But we are back again this week with Jeddah Grand Prix, and this week I want us to discuss, obviously, our thoughts and prayers out to Carlos Sainz, who apparently is not going to be in the Saudi Grand Prix. He has appendicitis. He had a surgery, and it was successful, so he's going to be out for quite some time, and is being replaced by the young British driver from F2, Oliver Bearman. So Oliver Bearman is apparently 18 years old. So at the moment he's the youngest Formula One, not the youngest Formula One driver, but the youngest Ferrari Formula One driver. He's 18 years old, I think, and 10 months, if I'm not mistaken. Really, really young. So this young gentleman, obviously, he was informed. I think he was informed today. Today is the day before race Saturday. So FP3 was when he was actually informed that he will be taking up the second seat for Ferrari. Honestly, let me now give like my analysis. This boy coming in being the youngest driver, bro, filling in for Sainz, who has been very good so far since he had a podium. He was third. He was third in the Bahrain Grand Prix. So coming to replace him, obviously Ferrari wanting to kick off at only highs, and he's coming in. Obviously, it was pretty tough, but yeah, this boy is something else, bro. This boy is actually going to make me watch a lot more F2 content, that I find out a lot more about the rookies down there, because this boy, honestly, not only the fact that the car is really good, but the boy really has talent, bro. Like, his ceiling is high. So I watched him today in FP3 and during qualifying. Honestly, he did a very good job from FP3. Obviously, it was his first time in the car, and obviously they discuss about the differences between being in an F2 car and being in an F3 and a Formula 1 car, because in a Formula 1 car there's a little bit more downforce and the car is a little bit more, it's heavier and a little bit harder to control as compared to a F2 car. But honestly, this is what you call confidence at this peak, I should say, because this boy came in, he had not never been, because he had done some lap times, I think in the Haas last season, in the Mexican Grand Prix with us. Then obviously, as the season started, he did some with Ferrari. This boy actually is a very good talent. So in qualifying, he finished in P11, and so he ended in Q2. But honestly, very good driver. Look out for him this race Saturday. Then Hulkenberg also. Let me get into Hulkenberg. He suffered an issue with his power unit, so he had to get out in Q2. He ended in the 15th position. Well, his race was actually going really well, but unfortunately, I think Haas uses a Ferrari power unit, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it is the one. So apparently his power unit failed, and he had no choice. So that's sad for him, because I really like Nico Hulkenberg since the season started. He has really been pushing like so much. Honestly, I expected the Haas drivers not to do as well so early, but Nico Hulkenberg has been doing a good job. He did a good job in qualifying, obviously, in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Though things did not go so well for him in the race, as he had a collision with Lance Stroll as they are coming to turn 1. So that was the unfortunate bit of it. But honestly, the Haas right now is actually doing a good job at Komatsu. So Magnussen, I think, finished in P13, if I'm not mistaken, P13, P12. So, and that is qualifying for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. That is his position for the race tomorrow. Then honestly, Haas is doing a good job. I did not expect them to try and push this early. I expect them maybe in the middle of the season, maybe to try and pick it up, but not this early. But they're trying the level best, which is actually very good. Then we had an incident with Guang Yu. Obviously, he went into the barriers. I'm not sure which turn it was, but that turn really gave him a hard problem. So he had an issue there, had an accident, and he had his the mechanics really had to build that car back up so that he could be able to go for qualifying. But honestly, I have to give like I don't know how to say. I have to say credit to the Kicksauber mechanics because they put back that car in a very short time. Because from the time he had the accident, so it wasn't. Yeah, it was an accident. From the time he had the accident to Q1, it was very limited. I think he had like 2 hours in between there, 2 to 3 hours in between there, and they were not able to put the car early enough so that he could actually put in some lap times, so that he could try and put in some time for qualification. But he was able at least to get out and do an out lap. So at least honestly, and after that he was actually congratulating his mechanics, thanking them for putting in the shift and putting back the car in a very nice way, putting it back in a very good way and very fast. Then Verstappen. Ah, honestly, it pains me as a Ferrari fan, man. It pains me, but this season I believe we might. Yes, people have improved in their cars, but Verstappen is what you'd say perfection. It's like when man and vehicle are working together in sync. Like it is perfection. I remember watching him in Q1 Jeddah, and I was watching his lap times and from sector 1 to sector 2 to sector 3, and honestly this man was carrying me. And actually I think he has broken his own record. Let me first check here real quick. He has broken his own record for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, in that he had set the fastest lap in 2021 for pole position, and it was in 2021 the lap time he had set was 1 minute 27 seconds, not 511. In 2024 he beat that with 1.1 minute 27 seconds, not 472. Like, I watched this guy race, and honestly I was scared. I was like, I could actually see a repeat of like the previous season. He was actually so damn fast. So now I subscribe to like Formula One TV, and you can have like the view from like the driver's car, and honestly, wow, he's a very good driver. Honestly, although Charles Leclerc was trying to push, ended in P2, but honestly, Verstappen is a very good driver with a very very good car. And obviously, there have been a lot of rumors coming around that there's a possibility of him going to Mercedes, but I don't think so. Anyway, you can never know. It's still too early, but I'll be releasing a pod about what has been going on in the previous week. Mainly, most of the things have been connected to silly season, so look out for that. So let me put in my prediction for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. This is what I expect to happen at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Honestly, Verstappen P1. I saw the Aston Martins actually putting in a very good shift in all the qualifying, in all the qualifications, and also George Russell. Unfortunately, in Q3 didn't really do so well. The Mercedes actually struggling a lot with these high speed corners at the moment, but I have hope George Russell is actually going to perform well in the race. But P2, I have Leclerc. P3, I'll have Perez. Yeah. Uh, P4, I would sneak in Lando Norris. P5, obviously I'll put in Russell. Then P5, Oscar Piastri. So that's my start. I believe some the driver we should look out for. Drivers we should look out for in this Grand Prix should be the Haas drivers. Actually, the Haas drivers are really looking good. Haas drivers, and also Yuki Tsunoda plus the young British 18-year-old Oliver Bearman. I have high hopes for him because honestly, he really did well for his first race, and he didn't really have enough time to actually get into the cancer train and maybe get a little bit of tweaks here and there to improve, maybe to suit what he would like. But honestly, let's wait for him. Maybe in the next race he'll perform better. But let's look out for him. He will have a strong race. Anyway, that's the pod this week. Um, Once again, I'm sorry for not putting out content the previous week. But from then on, from now till every time there's a race, obviously anything that will come up, I'll be putting out a pod for that. Look out for that. Anyway, as always, I remain Legio Manuel, and this is the F1 Pit Stop. Tune in.